Hello everyone. In my previous video, I showed you how to use a selection or to make a selection, how to make a selection using the lasso tool. Okay, that was one way of making a selection. Then we used the color range to refine our selection and then the eraser to get rid of the excess color around the dog. We selected the dog, then we moved the dog in front of the wall. This video, I will show you another way to select things or to select the subject. It's a very nice one as well. Let's try it on the dog. Okay. And as you remember, I showed you how to copy and paste. Once you do the selection, you copy and paste your selection, and then it creates another layer for you and shows you the dog or the subject by itself, like this one. If I click here, this is what we did in the first step, and then the second step we did this. Okay, so let's get rid of the first step because we don't need it. Now I'm gonna do the hard one. It's better to do the hard one. Then once you understand the concepts, everything will be easy for you. Okay, so why is this hard? Why is this cat image hard? Because the background and the subject are the same, nearly the same color. Very difficult to make selection when they are the same color. Very, very difficult. It's much easier when you want to work with images. Make sure you understand or you get the colors, the image that is easy to work with. The background color should not be exactly the same as the foreground or the subject color. The subject here is the cat. So let's have a look. What can we do for our selection now? We looked at the lasso tool. You also have the polygonal lasso select, polygonal lasso select, and magnetic lasso select. These are three tools that enable you to select. This is a polygonal. Okay, and let's go and undo. And then you have the magnetic. The magnetic sticks to the thing. If I can get it to work. You see, it sticks to, I just move it and it sticks to the subject as much as possible. But because it's all the same color, it's very, very difficult. So in our situation now, we will use a different one. We will use a different tool, which is the quick selection tool. We'll use the quick selection tool. Now, when I selected the quick selection tool, you can see the bar here is giving me some options. It's giving me the mode, it's giving me the plus, which is add selection, and the minus, which is subtract selection. And then we can refine edge, or we can select subject, which we can't do because we have to pay for it. So now let's start our selection. I just click on the cat. I don't care where the arrows go, where the selection goes now. And you see it's all gone everywhere because it's the same color. So what I need to do now is come here, subtract, and then subtract the selection. Can you see now? Once you subtract, it comes back to the cat. And now Photopea is learning about your selection and trying to predict what you're trying to select all the time. So I'm gonna add little here. I'm gonna add little there, and it's a minus again, and I take this off, okay, I'm happy there. Minus there, plus, go back and add selection, and go back and take off selection a little. You see every time every time the software is learning and is making better selections for me. Now one final time. Okay, as we are training, as we are practicing, you do not have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, as long as you have the selection. One more try, and one more. Okay, that's enough. So now I have my cat selected. Before I showed you how to copy and paste. With this you can do this. Keep the selection, Control C, and then Control V. Okay, and that gives you a new layer with the cut. So here's my cut. Not perfect, but at least we have a cut. Now I'm gonna show you something else again, but do it the other way, is to inverse. Select and inverse, and then we can delete. Okay, we can delete the background. This way is not good. In the way I did it now is not good because I touched the original image. So I changed the original image. I should not change. You should never change the original image. You have to come back to it in case everything goes wrong. So keep your original image, duplicate your layer. Now the original image, we can hide it and we can work with the copy of the original image. So remember that, always keep your original image intact. So now I can do delete and I have my original image intact. Okay, so this is one other way of doing the same thing. Now let's move this again. Do you remember how we do this? Let's again deselect. You can click on Control and then press the letter D. Press on Control, sorry, and click the letter D. And then you deselect. Or you can go here and deselect. There, deselect. Now, let's move it one more time. So again, drag all the way to the tab. When the document opens, come back all the way to the middle. And let's place it there. Okay? What do? We need to make it smaller. Transform, edit, transform, and scale. Okay, and make sure I have the right one selected, the right thing selected, and then I do edit, transform, and scale, and then scale it to the same size as the other one. Okay, this one I want to make it look the other way, so I'm gonna go to transform and flip horizontally. So now we flip horizontally and we will have two cats looking to the middle, and we'll have the dog in between them. So let's have a look and try to now make the dogs a little bigger. Giant dog. Okay. So we have our two dogs and the cat, two cats and a dog. Sorry, two cats and a dog. Okay, so we have our two cats and a dog in the image. So again, to select your subject, if you're not able to use the subject one, the select then subject, you can select here and use the quick selection and keep, selecting and then deselect if you think you did too much, and then things will work out for you. So have some practice how to save your file, how to save your work. Save as PSD. You save it as BSD and then call it whatever you want. Dog on wall, something like this. Call it in your Photoshop, in your drive, okay? And in your year 7 CSDT folder, Unit 1 Photoshop, and save it there, or save it where you can find it. Okay, I will stop the video now and I will get you to do the work, and good luck to everyone. Just practice and have fun. Okay, I see you later. Bye.